50 years. Apply online at actionlincoln.com.
Landmark Implement, your local John Deere dealership, is hosting their annual sprayer clinic at the Buffalo County Fairgrounds in Kearney, Nebraska, February 1st and 2nd. Landmark Sprayer Clinic offers expansive equipment and technology training on different models of John Deere and Hagee sprayers. Learn about the newest technology, machine maintenance, spray tip selection, and more. We will be offering free dicamba certification. Join us February 1st and 2nd in Kearney. RSVP, landmarkimp.com/events.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Chances are you've tried fruitcake before. Chances are it looked pretty weird. Lots of colors that don't really exist in nature. Chances are it tasted weird. Chances are you need to try fruitcake again. Grandma's fruitcake from Beatrice Bakery. None of that weird stuff you didn't like, just real fruit, premium nuts, and the delicious flavor combination of brandy, bourbon, and rum to meld all that together. See for yourself. Grandma's fruitcake from Beatrice Bakery. Online at beatricebakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You know what I mean? Need some power.
This fool said.
Are we on? We're here, Old School. Are we on, Austin?
We're going.
All right, my bad. We are live down here at the Scarlet Hotel, UNL Innovation Campus. Old School, we got special guests. They're actually your local resident here. We got Kenny Wilhite, the OG. One of my big brothers sitting in today for the first hour. So we're going to get into the ins and outs of the UNL program, some pro stuff. But down here at the Scarlet Hotel, come check out the newest rooftop patio bar, the Barred Owl, one of the top newest hotels in Lincoln, the Scarlet Hotel, again, located on Innovation Campus. Then also, if you have a little bit of free time from 5:30 to 7, head over to the Cosmic Eye at 68th and P. For the Big Brothers, Big Sisters event. You can buy the tickets, obviously, online or right there at the location. There will be a host of ticket personalities there, including myself, right about 6 o'clock, all the way up till 7. So Old School is brought to you today by the Mercado Certified Piedmontese, special ingredients located at 84th and Havelock. I always say every type of meat, every type of cut. Now we got the pleasantries out of the way. You know what I'm saying, Kenny?
I got you,
hey,
brother.
DP didn't tell you was about to get hoodwinked in here. You know, I'm putting you on the hot seat, my brother.
No,
you know?
He did not. No, he did not.
You know, I gotta ask all the hard hitting questions, but you know, we'll dive into a little bit of the program. One thing I always wanted to ask, Kenny, you know, I was down there, so I kind of know the answer, but I always wanted to ask about the process of recruiting compared to your first like 3 or 4 years there to like the last 3, obviously with NIL and just the difference of social media. Because when you first started working down there, social media was in the infancy stages.
Yes.
Now, when you got guys, I always tell people when these kids show up, whether it's junior day or sophomores or they're close, and obviously when they're, you know, during their senior year or after senior year come on recruiting trips, they might have had more interviews than me and you ever had at 4 years of being in Nebraska and starting.
Yes.
So talk about 3 years at the beginning and maybe the last 3 years and the difference of the kids and how they show up on campus and maybe how you have to recruit them So, because I imagine that would change a little bit.
Oh, it changed a lot.
Right.
I was coaching at Central Arkansas in 2012.
Right.
And one of our guys was like, hey, are you on Twitter? I'm like, what? He was like, are you on Twitter? And I'm like, Twitter for what?
Right.
He was like, to find recruits. So I'm like, man, I'm not getting on no Twitter to try to find no recruits. Fast forward 2 years later, I'm at Nebraska, 2014. Aaron Carney, who's the director of director of player personnel, then said, hey, you need to get a Twitter account so you can follow these recruits. I'm like, man, I'm not getting on Twitter.
Right.
You know, you tell me who to look at, and I'll look at them, and I'll contact the coach. Well, fast forward 3 months later, I'm on Twitter.
You
know, Twitter has been a really, really good outlet for you.
Right.
It can be good and bad.
Yeah.
But you can find kids faster on Twitter.
Yeah.
The process speeds up.
Communication.
Right? Yeah. You can DM them certain times, but their film is on Twitter.
Right.
So you watch their film. If you like them, then you contact the coach. You have the coach bring the kid into his office, have the kid call you, start the communication process. Because you can't really talk to them or DM them to their junior year.
Okay.
So.
And I remember when I was getting recruited, you know, there was one day, I think it was like August 1st, right, where you could get an official phone call.
Yes.
Is that true, or is it multiple times?
It's still their junior year.
Junior year.
August 1st.
And then what it technically, I always hear, when you hear about the dead period, does that mean you can't even talk to recruits, or you can't have guys on campus? What is that? Or is it just a break from the whole process of recruitment?
You can text them, you can DM them, but you can't do a phone call.
I got you.
During dead period, you get one call a week. So, but you have the kid, you can DM the kid now and tell him, hey, call me.
And then once he calls you, then it's fine.
It's fine.
Okay.
They can reach out to you anytime.
Right.
You just can't reach out to them during dead period. Dead period, you can't have any kids on campus.
Man,
so
that's almost a job in itself. Where because usually communication is so quick now. Now you're like, hey, I can't pick up the phone, but I got to shoot you a text.
No, you can pick up the phone.
Right.
They can call you. You can pick up the phone.
Okay.
You just can't physically call them.
I got you.
But yeah, you have to know rules.
Right.
You have to pass a recruiting test.
Right.
You got to get.
And it always is changing, right?
And the rules are always changing.
Always changing.
The months change. Days of the month change.
Right.
So once you pass it now, they pass the rule. You pass it one time, you don't have to ever take it again.
Oh, that's cool then.
Yeah.
Right. And is it open book? I like them types of tests.
It's open book,
right.
but the wording is crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, you can take 15 practice tests.
And then when you get there, it's
when
totally
you get
different.
there, it may not be none of those questions on that test.
Another thing I wanted to ask you is, when we were there, Nebraska developed the players, and it was developed through having older players like yourself, not only while I was here, but coming back, keeping an eye on us and inspiring us. Talk about when you look at a guy, say, coming in from high school or JUCO or NIL or a transfer portal, what are the few qualities that you can spot right away? They're like, yeah, he's going to make it, and not even about being All-American. He's going to make it, or he's not going to make it.
Well, I'm usually a good judge of character,
right?
And we talked about it earlier. Just little things like you go to shake somebody's hand, and his hand, and he's at a limp handshake,
right?
You're like, oh.
That's a European handshake.
Yeah. You're like, oh,
yeah.
I don't know about this kid. Just his demeanor,
mm-hmm.
his approach to everything. You'd be like, oh, this kid ain't gonna make it.
Right.
This place is gonna eat this kid up. Now, there's, when I first got here, they brought a couple kids in, and I called it.
Right.
I said, them three won't be here long.
And they weren't here long.
They weren't here long. I said, they're not going to be here long.
Right.
Just the way they carried themselves. It's you're the man in high school.
Right.
But when you get to a Division I program,
you're just a guy.
You're just a guy.
Right.
You got to find your way and fit in, get in where you fit in. There was only one guy since I've been here that came in as a freshman, and I said that guy's going to be the man. And that was Stanley Morgan.
Yeah.
And then he comes in, and then you hear the veterans ranting and raving about him. Hey, Stanley's this, Stanley's that, right. Stanley's this, Stanley's that. So that was only one guy that I knew the way
from the get-go.
Right from the get-go, the way he carried himself, he was going to be okay.
What's I think not getting too deep into it. I always feel like since you've been blessed to be here through different regimes, right?
Very blessed.
If you could go back to the three coaches and just give them like 2 words of advice, or like 3 things, or a little bit of words of advice, what would it be? Because is it a general thing that they kind of maybe messed up on, or is it 3 different type of, you know what I mean? Is it 3 different things?
Well, under Bo, I was only with Bo for like 6 months,
Yeah.
6-7 months. But I think he had a hold on things. He had been here 8 years.
Right.
When they let Bo go and brought in Riley, you try to give him the blueprint.
Right.
I said, I'm not trying to tell you how to run your program, but as a former player, here's the foundation.
Mm-hmm.
Now you take it for what it's worth. You do it how you want to do it. But most coaches are set in their ways.
Right. Yeah.
They want to do it their way, not say per se the Nebraska way.
Right.
And then you make a change again, and it's an alum.
Right. Yeah.
And you think he knows how Nebraska's supposed to be. I don't really give him advice.
Right.
And then now you gotta.
But so the common theme is, so I'll say it, that they ain't listen. They hard-headed. There's the old saying, hard-headed makes for what?
Soft
right.
behind.
And it worked. It hold true right into even 2023.
2023.
Yeah, I mean, you right on with it. I think the one thing that I think sometimes that's their best quality.
Yes.
Right. Because you don't get these types of jobs anywhere to be a head coach at any level without having that type of steadfast of what you believe in. But you also can be hard-headed to the point that almost ignorance, that where you aren't listening, because just because you were good at, Oregon State or wherever, you in the middle of the country right now and you playing against the big boys. This is pretty much if you took it, the Big Ten and the SEC, this is the farm system for the NFL.
Yes.
And so the dynamics and how you win and how you go about running your business, because it is a business over there, is a lot different. This is why also I wanted to ask you before we go to break. And here's why I was trying to describe it. Me and DP talked about it. When you coach at, just say, Oregon State, Fresno State, those type of jobs, those are jobs. So I just said it's a job. Even the NFL, most of them are jobs. When you head up a program, just talk about how it's so much different, because it is, I feel it's different when you're coaching at a job, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're kind of really just punching the clock. You're there to just coach. When you're running a program, you're running a corporation.
Yes.
And it's totally different.
Totally different.
Yeah. Just talk a little bit about that.
Each school is different.
Right.
Each conference is different.
Sure.
I always said Nebraska is one of the top programs in the country.
Right.
The brand.
Right.
It's a corporation,
mm-hmm.
but it has to be ran right from the top down. Everybody has to be on the same page, working
right.
towards one common goal. So, yes, you want to do it your way, but
you got to do it that way.
You got to do it that way.
Right. You got to do your way that way.
That way.
Yeah.
And, when they made the change from Bo, I tried to tell that person, hey, if you look outside them windows.
Nice Mike. I just call him Grandpa Mike, man.
Mike Riley, bless his, that's
Mike was
he was a great dude.
But let me tell you something, man. Quiet as kept. Mike won more games than a lot of people think. And I'm gonna tell you this though, and then this is what I really want to ask you before we go to break. Would Mike Riley had coached 3 or 4 more years here if Ike Course ain't making fire Banker?
See, I don't know if Ike Course made him fire Banker.
I'm saying it.
Okay.
I know it for a fact he did.
Okay.
So let's just play devil's advocate. Let's just say Ike Course made Mike Riley. I won't even call him Nice Mike. Fire Banker while he was recruiting in the airport, right? Hold his feet to the fire. If he didn't make him do that, does Mike Riley last 2 or 3 more years?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think because Banker's defense was improving.
It was top 30.
It improved.
Right.
From
drastically. And had NFL players.
Yes.
That were productive.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
so you can't even listen here, man.
No.
Listen,
let me finish.
I'm gonna kick it, keep it real. I'm gonna bring it out.
Riley's worst decision was hiring Bob Diaco,
but that wasn't his decision.
Whoever decision it was,
that was Ike Course.
That was one of the worst hires ever.
We're gonna get into Bob Diaco after this, because I'm gonna tell you about the time that when you saw me come up there and we had that. You asked me what we talked about, and I murked out on you. So we're going to go to break. Also, we're going to go to break. Kenny Wilhite in here on the hot seat. He needs some water. He didn't want any water, but I'm gonna give him some water.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, he come with it.
I come with it.
So he got to cool off. I still got him on the hot seat. I'm gonna ask about old Bob Diaco, the so-called best coach on campus.
Oh my God!
When we come out of break, Jay Foreman, Kenny Wilhite, old school from the Scarlet Hotel. We'll be back in about 6 minutes and 6 seconds.
6 minutes, 6 minutes. Are you fresh, show?
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese Beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive Certified Piedmontese Beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
This is your High School Minute.
With your Southeast Community College High School Minute, I'm Harrison Arns. In boys high school hoops, on Saturday, Lincoln High obliterated Fremont on the road 84-42. Lincoln North Star just got the win over Lincoln Northeast in a tight contest, 50-48. Looking at the power rankings through Saturday, not a whole lot has moved up top. In Class A, Bellevue West still sits at number 1 with a record of 15-0. The next closest city school is Lincoln East at 5 with a 9-3 record. Following are Lincoln Pike's 10th at 8th with an 11-5 record, Lincoln Southwest at 9th with a 9-5 record, and Lincoln North Star at 10th with a 9-4 record. This has been your High School Minute, sponsored by Southeast Community College, with locations in Lincoln, Beatrice, Milford. Learn more today at southeast.edu.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric brings exciting career opportunities for you or someone you know. They are now hiring plumbers, electricians, and HVAC techs and installers to continually build their professional team. They offer competitive pay and full benefits packages that include health, dental, vision, PTO, and 401k options. Action has created a positive team environment for over 50 years. Apply online at actionlincoln.com.
People first is more than a nice sentiment. At American Senior Benefits, it's the mission. If you're ready for a career where you can truly put your customers' needs ahead of everything else, this is for you. American Senior Benefits is one of the leading senior market insurance product distributors in the country, and they're looking for high-energy applicants with strong communication skills. Enjoy on-the-job training, a fun work environment, and unlimited income potential. Visit asbmidwest.com to learn more. American Senior Benefits.
Come see the state's largest display of John Deere equipment at Acres Ag and Turf Expo. Acres Ag professionals and suppliers will be on hand to discuss techniques from tillage and planting to application and harvest. Also, don't miss the full lineup of John Deere mowers and compact tractors. Join us at Grand Island Fauner Park, February 21st and 22nd, or the Lincoln Lancaster Event Center, March 8th and 9th. Go to acres.com to request your free tickets today.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top-shelf liquor to crowd-favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
A new year means new goals and upgrading, but that doesn't only apply to health and fitness. Mullen Motors can get you into a new vehicle right now and get your 2023 started off the right way. They cleared off their 2022 inventory and have tons of new vehicles to choose from to make sure you get to where you need to be this year. Out with the old and in with the new. Stop by Mullen Motors today, just north of 48th and Lake.
No tagline, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Chances are you've tried fruitcake before. Chances are it looked pretty weird. Lots of colors that don't really exist in nature. Chances are it tasted weird. Chances are you need to try fruitcake again. Grandma's fruitcake from Beatrice Bakery. None of that weird stuff you didn't like, just real fruit, premium nuts, and the delicious flavor combination of brandy, bourbon, and rum to meld all that together. See for yourself. Grandma's Fruitcake from Beatrice Bakery. Online at beatricebakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, listen up. Select Plumbing gets it right the first time on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. Plus, they're hiring service plumbers. If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Hey, you got any gum?
Yeah, check my backpack.
What's this?
Oh, that's naloxone. It can reverse an opioid overdose. I decided to always keep it on me after my friend almost died. It saved his life.
I'm so sorry. That makes me want to have it with me too.
You totally should. Check the pharmacy. It was actually really easy to get, and it's easy to use.
I definitely will. Thanks.
Paid for by the CDC. Sponsored by Nebraska DHHS. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Heartland International in Lincoln reminds us, people today are facing more hardships than ever before. It's becoming all too common to hear that someone has become so desperate they've taken their own life. People almost always warn those close to them that desperation is near. Be a shoulder to lean on and insist that they seek professional help. This message from Dennis and Penny Nunn at Heartland International in Lincoln. Marketing quality products since 1974. Visit heartlandinternational.com. We're stronger when we help one another.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Yes, we got the lighting on in here. We are back, old school. Jay Foreman, Kenny Wilhite at the Scarlet Hotel. Finally got us to where we can be seen on here. Kenny, I think they were trying to say is that we got faces for radio, but I think that we too handsome older brothers though. You know what I mean? We ain't get, black don't crack. We all right. We a little gray, but we still can pass a little bit. If we had the first day of school haircut and shave us off, we could pass for maybe 30s or something.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
I don't know about you. Probably have to keep your hair on.
Yeah,
your hat on. I mean,
yeah, I got just for men. I gotta go bald. I wanted to do, but I got egghead, so
if you kept your head on, we could pass.
Oh yeah,
we shave our face
and then hit the just for men. We'd be good. Yeah. So before break, we were talking about the. I don't even know what I'd call Dr.
Coach Riley.
No, Coach Riley. All right, Mike Riley's always been cool. We were talking about Bob Diaco and his tenure here, and I think Bob Diaco's tenure is a little bit doesn't get enough, I guess, credit for the downfall of Mike Riley, considering that normally when a defensive coordinator, Banker, was there previously, when you make a big jump, a significant jump, and in big games. Now, in big games, they played pretty decent, that you end up, forcing the head coach to fire him. The one thing I wanted to ask you about Bob Diaco, and then I'll tell my story, and then I wanted to ask you some other stuff, because I want to ask you about the culture in which I think your perspective is good, because it's coming from a different place than me, because guys like you had influence. But what I wanted to ask you about Bob Diaco is, I'm a big proponent of, even if you're a good enough coach, even if you run a 3-4, 4-3, 3-3-5, but you don't have the personnel, that you would try to adapt. Talk about Bob Diaco's inability to try to adapt, considering that we didn't have one guy that could play the 3-4. Not one. Talk about how hard that was, not only to watch, but on the players, because that's not fair to them.
No,
it's not. Because they can't do it.
No.
So because Freedom could never be a stand-up linebacker. No. So he went from a 260 defensive end, tried to make him 245. Then he'd be like, all right, now we're going to put you, almost try to get you play a 5 technique. Just talk about some of the anxiety and some of the, I wouldn't say anger, but some of the disappointment for the players that had to go through that.
Well, I think that was Riley's third year.
Right.
Going into his third year.
Yeah.
First year was tough.
It was real tough.
On Coach Riley himself.
Yeah.
With the players. Second year, I think he had the players where he wanted them, believing in him.
Yep.
But then when he was like, so you say, I don't know if he was forced to make that change, but that change really was the downfall of Coach Riley.
Yeah, I always say that put the stopwatch. It went from regular motion to warp speed.
Yes.
So when your tenure would be over.
When you get a guy that who's as arrogant and as cocky. His way is the only way. So there was no adapting to the players that he had on the roster. That was it. I mean, you had players. One thing I've always tried to do was be there for the players.
Right.
Ultimately, it's about the kids.
Yeah.
The kids in the locker room.
Yeah.
Because I wore that uniform. Even if I didn't play at the University of Nebraska, it's always been about the kids for me. I've always tried to be that big brother.
Yeah.
That
mentor.
Right. You may not like what he say. But
You come from a good place.
Yes, sir, or no, sir.
Right.
And then just play for the brother to your right. Brother to your left.
Yeah.
The guys that wore the uniform before you, the guys going to wear it after you.
Right.
That's what I try to tell them all the time. But the guy who beats them down, just constantly beat them down and never try to lift them up, that's hard.
Yeah.
That's hard on the player. And I know that. Coach McBride will let you have it, but he would also put his arms around you.
Oh, he'd be the first one there for you.
First one there. So, but for a guy to constantly beat you down, tell you you're worthless, you're this, you're that, you're this, you're that, and never put his arms around you, that's not a guy you want to play for.
Right.
So
I always say with Bob Diaco it was anybody could have been a defensive coordinator when you had Wynn, or Stephen Tuitt is a defensive end who was, he's one of the greats that ever played for Steelers. You had Manti Te'o when he was playing, and you had Harrison Smith playing safety, and that's right up the middle. And then you had Big Nicks in there too, that was really, really good. So and then they had corners and everywhere. So the defense was what I guess brought him to notoriety was really, really stacked. Now he coached him. Credit. My Bob Diaco story was. I was down at I remember seeing you too.
Yeah.
Because I was down at the stadium and I was actually going down there to try to get a t-shirt from Jay Terry. So I said, man, they're running a 3-4. I'd played out of my 9 years, I'd probably played 7 or 6 of them in the 3-4. So I said, let me just, peek my head upstairs. And, I knew Mike Riley just passing and stuff. So Bob Diaco calls me into his office, and he's got this big old whiteboard. And I started, I introduced did all the pleasantries. And I said, hey, man, it's pretty cool. You playing 3-4. I played in 3-4, 7 years in the NFL or whatever. He's like, oh, let me tell you about my 3-4. And he was talking to me as if his 3-4 was something totally different than I ever seen. So I'm like, I sat back and okay, cool. So I'm waiting for him to start putting up, how when you draw the center, you put the X through and the Y and all that. So I'm trying to think, maybe he's going to put up like 4 different, squares and stuff. Man, this man took this marker and drew a sword. And he's like, my philosophy is we're going to be like a sword and we're going to stab him right there. I just literally, Kenny, I grabbed my T-shirt, the little bag I had, got up and left. I said, I'm out of here. I seen you and you said, where you going? I said, I'm going home.
Yeah, you wouldn't talk to me.
Yeah. I said, I'm done.
I'm going home.
That dude been on the job 2 days and I already cashed him in.
I mean, we talked about it. I mean, when Riley took over, you had Tommy Armstrong as quarterback.
Right.
Riley's philosophy was West Coast offense. You don't have a West Coast quarterback. So you have to adapt to what you had.
Right.
Did he? No.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So a lot of coaches think their way is the way.
Right.
Their scheme, their philosophy is the end all be all. So I think they did a lot of those players a disservice.
Right.
Again, ultimately, this game is about the players.
Right. And that's the only way you're going to win.
That's the only way you're going to win.
I mean, that's the one thing that a lot of coaches, that the really good coaches, one of the best quotes I ever heard was obviously from Nick Saban. He said, I don't think plays, I always think players.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, those guys are the ones that are going to win and lose me again. He's like, my job is done come Friday.
Yes.
And then obviously, there's some things that obviously goes on Saturdays and whatever the games are. But, I think one of the things I wanted to ask you about, which I think is missing down there, and I can't speak for Coach Rule, is I can talk from my perspective. When I came in, being an outsider, not from Nebraska, coming here and you coming back, the Toby Wrights coming back, the Dante Jones and the Troy Dumases, all those guys coming back, and the inspiration that you guys gave us because you guys are playing at the next level. But it was also the brotherhood that you gave us. Because so even when we came back and when we say, struggling a little bit or whether we were playing or not, you guys were there to show us the way. I think that's what's really missing, because you see it at all these other schools. Whether you look at University of Miami, you look at Alabama, you look at Tennessee. One of my best friends coaches at Georgia. What they do with their alumni, use them as assets versus adversaries. And you can lose they can do a lot of your hard work if you just tell them what you need to do, need done, because once that happens, it actually accentuates the coaching job. But I think some of the coaches these days want to have so much control over the players, which it's a weird mindset. We want to have control or like our thumb on the players, but don't want relationships with them. Isn't that a weird type of mindset, or is that just me?
No, you hit the nail on the head. I pride myself on trying to have a relationship with my players. Not only my players at my position, but
all
other
of
players.
Them. Right, yeah.
The whole team. When I coached, and we talk about coaching to a player's playing capability. We always, Coach Samuel and I always said, let's do stuff let's make sure these kids, put them in a situation where they're going to have success.
Right.
If you don't, you continue to put them in bad situations, they shut down. They shut down.
Right.
So as a coach, you have to try to, in your mind, put kids in. You may be a good press corner,
right,
but you're bad at off coverage. So we're gonna call things to predicate what you can do.
Sure.
Right. So going back to what you said, I think as far as the alumni base, like when you came around, when JP came around, Toby came around, former players came around, I made it a point to introduce them to the current players.
Yeah.
Because they need to know a Jay Foreman. They need to know a Jason Peter. Not just because, they let you get up in front of the team and talk. But even before you did that, when former players came around, I made it a point, not only to the players that's on the roster, but the coaching staff.
Sure.
You may not know anybody on the
Riley,
staff.
You're right, yeah.
Riley staff, Coach Frost staff, but I made sure I walked you to every coach's office and introduced you to them.
Right.
Because there's that brotherhood that
is there. It's got to be there.
It's got to be there. And you say the Miamis and the Tennessees and the Alabamas. I think Nebraska is behind a little bit on that.
Right.
I think they're working towards getting something in place for it.
Yeah.
Because you put your sweat and blood and tears into that place. I did the same thing.
Right.
Like you said, when I came back for you guys, I mean, the Glovers, the Neil Smiths.
Was it for you?
They came back for me.
Yeah.
So they taught me, and I wanted to teach you.
Yeah.
And while I was there, I wanted to teach the guys on the roster now.
Exactly.
I used to quiz them. Who's this guy? They had no clue.
Right.
I'm like, well, he played your position.
You should know that.
You should know that.
Right.
In order to get to where you want to go, you got to know your history.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's always interesting, and with the last 10 years, stuff like that. I think, from my perspective, I think the biggest thing any coach can do, whether it's Matt Rule or any coach, you got to make sure your actions are exactly what your words are saying. Because, as much as everybody says these kids are different, they are.
They are.
Right? But the one thing that they are, before anything, is they're athletes. So they're able to adapt to the environment that you put them in.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they will go further along that, journey if they can trust you. And what they do a lot of, and I said it, really, to be honest with you, like when Coach McBride, he say, Kenny, I need you to run through that wall. Kenny,
run through that wall.
Now, they might ask you why, but they got to make sure the reason why you tell them why is factual.
Yes.
Is not only that player, it's all the other players in the position group or in the team that's watching.
Yes.
So that's how you can lose a team real quick, and they won't ever trust you based on what they can tell you. Now, also what you have to make sure is that a lot of these players, defensive guys usually live with defensive guys, at least when I was in college.
Mm-hmm.
Now you might have a quarterback live with a defensive guy. So now you got to make sure you're open and honest as much as you can as a coach with everybody, because if they see Kenny Wilhite not getting done right, now it's on the other side of the ball. Now they're watching you. Now you always are kind of, fighting an uphill battle. And I think that's one of the things that if I ever could, give Scott advice would be that, right? It was two things I always said. When you come in, be hard on them, but fair. So make this spring ball the hardest and most physical it can be, because then there you'll weed out the guys that don't really want to play football, right? And then number two is make sure that your actions are exactly what your words said they were going to be.
They have to be.
Especially at the beginning.
Yes, these kids aren't crazy.
Right.
They'll figure out really quick.
Right.
If you're not truthful with them, if you don't have their best interests,
right, they'll know right
They'll
away.
know right away.
Right. And you know what's weird is that one thing I picked on going, tell them the truth. They want that.
They want that. They want to be told the truth.
Yeah. They actually will shut down on you if you try to tell them something that's
not the truth,
like soft.
Yes. If you're hard from day one,
right,
and they can accept that,
right.
But if you're trying to be their friends day one and then you try to go hard, it's
you're
gonna lose them.
Yeah, they're gonna look at you no different than the guy they see down at the club.
Yeah. Like what?
Yeah. Who you getting mad at me for, right? Yeah,
to be honest, it's happened.
Yeah, I know. I didn't want to go there, but yeah,
it's happened.
Yeah, and that's where when I when I was done, I was looking to see stuff, and I'd ask you, you'd be like, bro,
no,
leave it alone.
Leave it alone.
Right? Leave it alone.
I stayed in my lane.
Right, because you have to. Because there was a couple guys that was like, I just told one guy, like, hey, I ain't your coach, bro.
I'm not your coach.
I ain't your coach. Okay, I'm here for you. But don't think you can't get folded up in that little trash can real quick.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Get hemmed up.
Yeah. Oh, one thing I want to, another thing I want to ask since we got you here, man, is like, I tried to explain to a lot of people the difference between, this is football now, the difference between being a boundary corner and a field corner. And I'm just from a little of what I know about Coach White and his 3-3-5, there is a difference, or he plays that. So talk for you, obviously being a corner, talk about the difference.
I think a field corner, you can hide them more.
Right.
Because the ball is usually the ball's on the opposite hash.
Right.
There ain't no quarterback in America can throw that ball.
Right. From
one hash.
Yeah.
All the way outside the numbers.
Consistently.
Yeah. You know what I mean? You have some.
Right.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
But in college, it ain't gonna happen.
No.
So you can hide that guy. Whereas in the boundary, you got to be a man.
Yeah.
Because you may end up on the tight end side, and what they gonna do?
Run.
They're gonna run right at you.
Yep.
So I mean,
and what people don't understand about boundary quarter, because they figure, the sideline's your friend. Well, actually, if somebody hit the sideline, he gone.
He gone.
So, and that's also in a short pass. If they throw a hitch, if they throw, a deep comeback, and you miss the tackle,
ain't nobody
strike
over
up the
there.
band.
There's nobody.
So
over there.
actually, people think, and here's what I wanted to get at you. People think your best cover corner is your field corner, when actually it's your boundary corner. That's your best player. That's one of your top 3-4 players, because he has to do everything, but he has to do it at a lot faster rate because it's coming at you so quick.
He's got to be able to cover, and he's also got to be able to tackle.
Right.
So he's
and reroute.
He's got to be a man.
Right.
So I mean, we were fortunate enough to have Cam Taylor-Britt
right
a year ago. You see what he's doing in the
NFL.
He was that guy.
Yeah.
He was that guy. You hope Quentin Newsom can
takes that next
continue
step.
to develop,
right,
take
right.
that next
and
step.
He has.
He has.
Right.
He's gotten, he's matured.
And his game is matured.
And his game is matured.
Yeah.
So I think there's still some maturity for him to do, but I think if he takes that next step, they have it in him. Where you can hire a Malcolm Hartzog to the field.
Right, because and it's also easier for him.
It's easier for him. Less thinking.
Yeah, less thinking, easier route combinations.
Easier route.
One thing I think people don't understand about playing that boundary corner, when you have big tight ends now, these tight ends ain't, Rashawn played tight end, he's 6'1", 6 foot. They 6'7".
6'7".
So what people don't understand playing corner, and I want you to speak on this, and because I understand when I was playing linebacker and I'd be to the boundary, is those big tight ends, and they can obstruct your vision. So then, therefore, it can delay your route recognition. So even though there might only be an offset running back and a tight end, well, they can run that dragger coming over there, and your eyes get lost, and you run it with that tight end up the seam. Well, here comes the dragger.
And you're supposed to be there.
Right. And he catch it on the sideline. I always say cock the head back, strike up the band.
So
talk about that.
You talk about tight ends. This day and age, tight ends are flexed out into the boundary.
Right. Which even works because they just engulfing you.
Yes.
Right.
They're 6'6", 6'7",
and can run.
Right. You know what I mean? We've been fortunate enough the last 3 years to have Austin Allen
and Vokalek. Right.
Those are
and Jack Stoll before that.
Those were dudes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you flex them out on the corner.
They're gonna it's like Gronkowski a couple years ago against the Kansas City Chiefs
corner.
Just went right down the field.
And then we talk about that. Michael Parsons came here as in the summertime, and he ran past all those 5-star cornerbacks.
Right.
They put him out at receiver, and they couldn't guard him.
Right.
So the boundary corner, he's got to be a man.
Yeah.
There's a scout came through this year. I dealt with the pro scouts, and he told me his name. I said, "Oh snap!" He was the tight end for the University of Washington. When we were playing him in Lincoln in '91, 2-point conversion, they flexed him out on me, and I said, "You thought you was gonna get me, huh?" He said, "That's you."
Right.
And I go, "Yeah, that's me."
You said you messed up his draft status.
No, he played in the NFL for a while, but he was a big dude.
Right.
But I accepted the challenge.
But you're training
in
practice
was
second nature.
Second nature. So I told him, I said, "Man, that was some fun times." He was like, that is you. That is you. But like I said, if Quentin Newsom can take that next step, he'll be an NFL type guy.
Who are the 2 or 3 guys you think coming back from defense, if they can take that next step, even though it's a new defense, new philosophy, if they can take that next step on and off the field, because I think it's a direct, tie to it, that can help this defense get back to where it's respectable or continue along on what you guys did last year towards the end of the season?
Well, the 4 secondary guys.
Right. They can gel.
If they can gel together, Newsom, Buford, Farmer, and
Hartzell.
Those are the main ones.
Right.
Like we said, if Quentin can take that next step. But I didn't say, let me rephrase that. It's got to be on and off the field.
Right.
You got to be able to balance school, football,
social life,
and then you got to study football.
You
have to study football.
Right. Right now.
Yeah.
Right now, you need to be studying the defense and then also your opponent. Who you're playing next year.
You got to learn the new defense.
Right.
So the playbooks is on the iPad, and you can track
who
watches.
Oh, I know.
Film.
I know there's a guy that came here and it came in the transfer portal. They ain't opened that thing.
Didn't open it. So, again, we talked about it earlier. You have to love the game.
Yeah.
You have to sacrifice something. The preparation. If you know what you're doing,
right,
learning your opponent is easy.
Yeah.
If you know what you're doing.
I want to ask you: do you think one of the biggest difference from kids these days, and say even like when Bo was his group of guys? I think most of those guys were football guys. I think it started to dissipate towards the end of his tenure.
Yes,
is that they don't love the game of football. They love everything that comes with it, but they don't love the work, the study, the nuances of it. Because the one thing I remember asking, I think I was asking Adrian about the teams in the NFL. He ain't know none of them. So that let me know you ain't watching no Sunday football.
Right. Man, and I always say that. That's what I look for.
Right.
You don't know if they love the game until you get them on your campus.
And that you can't put no star ranking on that.
No, you can't. So you watch all the film you want, but there's a lot of guys that love what comes with it. First.
Yeah.
How many Twitter followers?
Right.
And you would not believe how many guys would DM me and say, "Hey, how do I get a check mark on my Twitter?"
Oh, I'm sure that's one of the first things.
What? If that's what you worried about, you ain't the guy for me.
Right.
If all you cared about is how can you get a check mark on your Twitter.
I remember when Riley was having the first Friday Night Lights, they were talking about when Micah Parsons came and how many in Bookie or whatever name, how many they gained 20,000 followers by just coming here.
Just coming here. Yeah. It was crazy.
Right.
Micah Parsons, Buki, Darnay Holmes.
Right.
All those guys. They all Keyshawn, Tristan Jebbia, they were all highly rated guys.
No, 2 came here.
No, you had Dismute, Jebbia,
and
Keyshawn.
And Dismute was the only one that made it.
Oh, and Tyjon Lindsey. And Dismute was the only one that made it.
Made it past 1 year. That's a dang shame. Well, that's some inside scoop right there. If you will, from Kenny Wilhite, a little bit from me, but the insight of modern day athletes or high school athletes. So as we start to cheer on this recruiting prowess of this new regime, you're saying we need to pump the brakes and just make sure. Because here's what I think before we go to break, people don't understand. You talk about the best case scenario with all these guys, but majority of them ain't gonna make it.
Yeah.
And so that's if you're batting 50%, that's good, right?
If you bat 50%, that's good.
You really good.
You're really good.
Yeah.
50% is really good.
Right. then we going to Florida somewhere to watch a game.
Yeah, we'll find out this spring.
Right. Well, time does not waste no time.
It's time waits for no one.
No, man. And it's coming too.
It's coming.
Yeah. So we're going to go to break. We'll have one more short segment before I think DP is going to come in here and sit in and pump some knowledge into us. But we'll be right back after this short break.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Every child has the ability to be successful and thrive in life, but sometimes they need your help. Big Brothers and Big Sisters of Lincoln exists to help children unlock their potential by making meaningful matches between adult volunteers and young people. Right now, there are children just waiting for a mentor to step up and make an impact in their lives. Learn more online at bbbslincoln.org. There are kids right here in Lincoln waiting to get started. Volunteer today and start something big.
Come see the state's largest display of John Deere equipment at Acres Ag and Turf Expo. Acres Ag professionals and suppliers will be on hand to discuss techniques from tillage and planting to application and harvest. Also, don't miss the full lineup of John Deere mowers and compact tractors. Join us at Grand Island Fauner Park February 21st and 22nd or the Lincoln Lancaster Event Center March 8th and 9th. Go to acres.com to request your free tickets today.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great. We're definitely coming back.
Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now they've raised wages again and they're hiring for production operators at $24.11 per hour, which grows to $28.27 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $32.76 per hour with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or to apply, go to continental-jobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
This is Megan Whitaker from the Nebraska golf team. If you've put your clubs away for the winter, it's time to get them back out. There's no need to stop thanks to Double Eagle Golf. Double Eagle is home to Lincoln's best indoor golf simulators. It's perfect for every level of golfer, with everything from casual games for the kids to hyper-realistic simulations of some of the best courses in the world. And the best part, no matter what the weather's doing outside, it's always golf weather inside. See for yourself. Double Eagle Golf, just 5 minutes from downtown at the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street.
Landmark Implement, your local John Deere dealership, is hosting their annual sprayer clinic at the Buffalo County Fairgrounds in Kearney, Nebraska, February 1st and 2nd. Landmark Sprayer Clinic offers expansive equipment and technology training on different models of John Deere and Hagee sprayers. Learn about the newest technology, machine maintenance, spray tip selection, and more. We will be offering free dicamba certification. Join us February 1st and 2nd in Kearney. RSVP, landmarkimp.com/events.
People first is more than a nice sentiment. At American Senior Benefits, it's the mission. If you're ready for a career where you can truly put your customers' needs ahead of everything else, this is for you. American Senior Benefits is one of the leading senior market insurance product distributors in the country, and they're looking for high-energy applicants with strong communication skills. Enjoy on-the-job training, a fun work environment, and unlimited income potential. Visit asbmidwest.com to learn more. American Senior Benefits.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric brings exciting career opportunities for you or someone you know. They are now hiring plumbers, electricians, and HVAC techs and installers to continually build their professional team. They offer competitive pay and full benefits packages that include health, dental, vision, PTO, and 401k options. Action has created a positive team environment for over 50 years. Apply online at actionlincoln.com.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
Hey, you got any gum?
Yeah, check my backpack.
What's this?
Oh, that's naloxone. It can reverse an opioid overdose. I decided to always keep it on me after my friend almost died. It saved his life.
I'm so sorry. That makes me want to have it with me too.
You totally should. Check the pharmacy. It was actually really easy to get, and it's easy to use.
I definitely will. Thanks.
Paid for by the CDC. Sponsored by Nebraska DHHS. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top-shelf liquor to crowd-favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Back to old school with DP and J.
I think this is the Doobie. Is this the Doobie Brothers?
I think so.
Yeah. See there, you ain't know that. See,
I'm
you always
surprised.
ask what type of music we got. We had Pumps in the Bump. That was the jam. Go down to Kaboom's back in the day. Hey, you used to be. I used to see you up in there doing the butterfly.
No.
Hey, people. Kenny used to be in the club.
No,
up
I
in there
did
doing
not.
the butterfly.
No, sir. No way.
No, they're doing the Tootsie Roll.
Tootsie Roll.
Yeah. But we're back. We got 2 or 3 minutes. Kenny, I wanted to ask you, man. I know you're going to be watching NFL this weekend. I want to know what your thoughts are on the Kansas City Chiefs, Cincinnati Bengals game. Who you picking and why?
I'm biased to the Bengals because all the Huskers.
With Boodle's at there? I thought that's your boy. Boodle's at Kansas City, right? But
is he active?
No, he ain't active, but he's there.
He's there.
He's
That's my
be
guy.
Yeah, I know
that's my guy. Boodle's my guy. Boodle's my guy.
Right.
But
but since he got it, that's Husker.
They
got a lot
even
of
the head coach is a Husker.
Head coach of Husker. Troy Walters
The
is there.
receivers coach.
Cam Taylor Brick. Morgan. And they probably got another
and
one.
But it's Burrows,
his
dad.
Yeah, so he's
a really good friend.
And then they had the tight end that was from New Orleans for a while.
Stephen Carter.
Yeah,
he's in Miami now.
He's at Miami, but he's been there for a while.
He was there for a while.
So you picking Cincy with your heart. Now, what's your mind tell you?
I'm going with my gut.
What's your gut tell you?
If Mahomes is not healthy, Cincy will be. If Mahomes, you don't know.
Yeah,
you don't know. But Joe Burrows is hot.
Let me ask you this though, since we got another minute, because I know exactly what I'm doing. I got in 3 playoffs games, they ain't win 1. Okay, I was hurt because I'm used to winning national championships, man. Just between me and you, we playing against Patrick Mahomes. We going after that ankle. Yeah, I got to get that.
I got to have that.
Right.
If you show
you'll
me,
be okay in the offseason.
You'll
Get you a
be
surgery.
okay in the offseason.
Right.
I never want to see somebody get hurt. But if I
but
know
today you got to be hurt though. You got to lead this game.
I got to get that.
See, people think I'm crazy when I say that.
No.
Yo, that was the mentality. Yeah, we got to get that.
I got to have that.
Yeah.
Any means necessary. I'm going after that.
Right. Because if you out the game, we going to Super Bowl. Right.
So we coming at you.
Right.
So why you think the Pistons used to do Mike like that? They try to take the head off the snake.
Right.
You go at Mike, then everybody else gonna try to.
Yeah, that's what you. But conversely, though, Kansas City got a couple dogs up there that play that they got Jones and Frank Clark.
Yeah.
They ain't wired. They
wired. They wired right.
Right, but they ain't normal.
No.
So they playing at home. And Chris Jones, when he's motivated, is like the closest thing to Chester McLaughlin.
He is.
And so you going against that, and they want revenge, and you know about when you want revenge.
But that wanting revenge can hurt you too now.
Yeah, get you some penalties.
Get you some penalties.
So you going with Cincy?
I'm going with Cincy. I'm gonna stay with Cincy.
Man, it's hard. You know what?
It's hard to go against.
I remember when Joe Burrow, little snotty little self, used to be running around
stadium.
Yeah, and I want to pick Kansas City. Man, bump Kansas City. We're going Cincinnati. And it's hard for me to pick Cincinnati because they beat the brakes off my Bills. But the way that they did it,
Buffalo.
Yeah, they
in
beat
the snow.
And come on, Kenny, stop it. Now you're doing too much. Now, see, now this was a partnership. Now, come on. Now, this is the first day.
I forgot you're alumni, and I'm going to hear from Nate Turner and David White too.
Right, and you just rubbing it in. I'm gonna send him a message on Facebook. So Kenny just he overreacted bad, man.
So let's move on to San Fran and Philly.
San Fran and Philly, who you got? That might be a steel cage match. That's the two most physical teams in the league. No fair dodging. I always tell people, when you look across the line of scrimmage and see yourself, you know you in for it. Let's not even watch the clock. So we're just gonna go at it.
I'm gonna go Philly.
I'm right there with you.
I'm gonna go Philly. Hurts. He's playing.
Here's why I'm gonna go Philly, and it's only purely because San Francisco has to go there with 1 day less rest, and they're playing at home. If it was equal days, if they both played on Saturday or Sunday the previous week, I would go San Francisco because both teams don't have any weaknesses, right? The one weakness for Philly is their linebackers.
Yeah.
But when they're playing at home, their linebackers are going to play better, and Philly is really good with their nickel. They have one of the best. Gardner Johnson, one of the best nickels. The corners are good. The safeties are good. And their D-line is good. And they went and added depth. They really had a good in-season free agency period when you get Linville Joseph and Ndamukong Suh. And here's also the X factor. Ain't even a guy that's going to be on a commercial is Lane Johnson. So he came back. He had been gone for 4 weeks, and that's when Philly hit their little bit of a lull.
Mm-hmm.
The fact he might be a Hall of Famer right tackle. And when he came back, you saw how they ran the ball. So you talk about taking the head off the snake. That's the dude that's a tempo setter. Jalen Hurts is on TV. He's in that locker room. That's why I'm going with Philly.
If Philly can keep Hurts upright, they're going to get him.
Yeah.
And then Philly has Cam Jurgens, Jack Stoll, and Ndamukong Suh.
The House of Spears.
You know that, right? 3 Huskers.
Yeah, it's a house. I don't call him Ndamukong Suh. He's the House of Spears. That's what his name means.
That's what his name means.
The House of Spears.
So
how are you? What's your name? Kenny?
Yep.
I'm the House of Spears. Right? All right, we're going to go to break. At the end of the hour, at the top of the hour, DP is going to come in for a little bit. Then I'm going to head over to the Big Brothers Big Sisters event. It's starting to get popping up in here at the Scarlet Hotel, at the rooftop up here. We must got a convention in here. But we about to, give them a little bit of ebonics here because these guys need they need some isms here. But they got a lot of cowboy hats, with 3-gallon hats, and some trucker hats. So I like this. I like this up in here. We about to spread the ism up in here. Old School is going to be back after the break. Kenny Wilhite, Jay Foreman, DP coming up next.
You're listening to Old School with DP and Jay. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
If you've put your clubs away for the winter, it's time to get them back out. There's no need to stop thanks to Double Eagle Golf. Double Eagle is home to Lincoln's best indoor golf simulators. It's perfect for every level of golfer, with everything from casual games for the kids to hyper-realistic simulations of some of the best courses in the world. And the best part, no matter what the weather's doing outside, it's always golf weather inside. See for yourself. Double Eagle Golf, just 5 minutes from downtown at the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street.
Heartland International in Lincoln reminds us, people today are facing more hardships than ever before. It's becoming all too common to hear that someone has become so desperate they've taken their own life. People almost always warn those close to them that desperation is near, be a shoulder to lean on, and insist that they seek professional help. This message from Dennis and Penny Nunn at Heartland International in Lincoln. Marketing quality products since 1974, visit heartlandinternational.com. We're stronger when we help one another.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Sutter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back.
Sutter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SutterHeyman.com.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top-shelf liquor to crowd-favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Hey, it's Nicklin Hames from Nebraska Volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
For Sean Jackson, the captain here, for the Body Shop. And man, did they hook me up with a great massage recently. The captain has a lot of stress in his life, as many people do. And for 1 hour, it was all relieved. The team at the Body Shop gave me a deep tissue massage that hit every area that I was in pain at. Whether you're looking for a Swedish massage, sports massage, deep tissue, hot stone, aroma, or more, there's only one place to go. The Body Shop at 48th NA. Book an appointment today at thebodyshoplincoln.com.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
The Empire brand is growing with ESC Fabrication and Sandblasting. ESC is your place for custom handrails, industrial and commercial painting, and more. ESC provides custom welding for aluminum and stainless steel and media blasting of all sorts. ESC has great attention to detail. They stick to deadlines and keep within your budget. If you can dream it, they can make it. Contact ESC Fabrication and Sandblasting in Waverly today at 531-207-9329. Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Cobble Chevrolet GMC, wanting to say Happy New Year and thank you to all of you for your continued support. We have just closed out another outstanding year, and we want to start 2023 off with a bang. The new GMC and Chevrolet inventory continues to roll in, and I'll actually be picking up my 2023 GMC later this month. So with interest rates continuing to climb, Cobble is partnering with General Motors and now offering 2.9% APR on select models. So we invite you to the dealership. Check us out online at cobblecars.com. You'll be glad you did. All deals with approved credit.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Partly to mostly cloudy skies this morning, then some clearing by this afternoon. We'll see a high of around 31. Northwest winds a little strong at 15. Could see a bit of a rain-snow mix this evening into tonight with a low down to around 25. The temperatures on the rise tomorrow for our Friday. We'll see a high of around 40. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We We are back old school down at the Scarlet Hotel. We are at the Barred Owl on top of the rooftop patio bar. It is, as you can tell with the background noise, it is jam-packed up in here. They must have a convention, but it's on and popping. Old school with Jay Foreman, Will Height. DP is going to come in here a little bit. Brought to you by the Mercado, certified Piedmontese, special ingredients. Located at 84th and Havelock, the best butcher shop in town. I always say if you need to make sure you have your debit card and credit card right when you go in there because you're going to be spending a lot. Hey, it's a grilling man's dream or somebody that thinks they can grill. I'm telling you, man. You go in there, I always say, well, I seen DP look at it. So when you put your hands behind your back, you know you're going to get something because you're really surveying the scene. So we got a good crowd down here, good view. Even though it's a cold day outside, it's warm in here with all these people. Kenny, I wanted to ask you this, man. This is the 3-year anniversary, unfortunately, of Kobe Bryant passing away. I always remember where I was at when I was told. But as we know, football players like to be hoopers. And I'm sure you guys hoop, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Who was the best hooper during your time at Nebraska besides yourself? Because I'm gonna tell you this, DBs and receivers could hoop.
But we had D linemen that could hoop.
Okay,
Kenny Walker.
Oh yeah, and he was crazy athlete.
Athlete. I mean, physical specimen. So
breaking rims, like Shaq Attack.
Dante Jones,
Dwayne Harris. You're right.
I mean, I see Dwayne Harris one step from the free throw line,
right?
And I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Tommy Frazier was a basketball player.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then you had those incoming freshmen. Well, in my years, you had Baron Miles, Lorenzo Brinkley.
Who could hoop? Both of them could hoop. Yeah.
And go up and get it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? People didn't.
So you had a good intramural team.
We won it.
Yeah.
We won it. So, but Ernie Beeler was a safety. He could play. He was from Jersey.
Yeah.
Of course. But the big boys, I was very impressed with how the big boys play basketball.
Right. I always tell people if in this day and age, if you're running an RPO type of offense, and I remember Urban Meyer talking about Tim Tebow, that if you're a quarterback, dual threat or whatever you want to call it, you have to be able, to me, you would have to be able to play basketball. You don't have to be good, but I want to see you play because the ability to make quick judgments, handle the ball without looking at your feet and all that stuff, that's transferable to the football field. And if you can do it on the basketball court in tight spaces, because you don't have a big old field, you definitely can do it on a football field. And he was telling a story about Tim Tebow that he went and watched. He went for two things. And there's also a funny story about Nick Saban as well, is that he wanted to see if he competed in every sport that he did, which obviously Tim Tebow did. And he wanted to see how he handled the ball, handled the basketball. Those are two things he looked for. He didn't even worry about if you score or nothing. And he said Tim Tebow wasn't a full-time starter. So, he'd come in and get fouls, rebound, but he played hard and he could handle the ball. The funny thing about it is my two daughters live in Charlotte. And they go to Myers Park, who's a pretty good high school in every sport. But they had Alabama has a quarterback from their high school. So I was down there visiting them. And so I was like, all right, let's just go see some basketball, something different, Well, the starting quarterback is he actually ended up being all-state power forward. Guess who's in the crowd?
Nick
Saban. Watching, sitting front row. Just watching how he competed, how he was as a teammate, how he moved his feet, and how he can make decisions.
We talked about that earlier. I love watching. If a kid plays basketball in high school, football player that you're recruiting, turn on his basketball film.
Right.
You'll learn a lot about a kid.
Right.
Less space. Does he compete?
Does he like contact?
Right. Can he get off the floor? Does he have good quickness?
Right.
If he's a point guard, can he handle the ball?
Leadership skills. Deal with adversity.
Yes.
High pressure situations. Will he if he's not a really good, skillful basketball player, will he make the right decision under pressure? Is he all about himself? Those are all the things that you can get that we talked about where you can't really measure a kid's heart and all that, but you can see it or verify what you initially thought. Or it might turn you off. And Zach Weger's going into the College Football Hall of Fame. Zach could hoop. He could hoop. People didn't realize he could hoop. Matter of fact, I think Zach came on and said he was sick his senior year, so they came and watched him play basketball, and that's how he got recruited.
Good athlete.
Buddha, Joe Wilkes can hoop.
Oh, yeah.
He could really hoop. Now we both know Rob Zadek couldn't hoop.
No, he can't play.
Now Rob had muscles by the time he was 8 years old. He ain't have no jumper, nothing, but I'm sure he get you some board. He probably said hella 5 picks though,
and get you some rebounds.
Right, and some fouls.
And some fouls.
Right,
Got to use all 5.
Now Brendan Steyer, I don't know. No, Brendan Steyer, he gonna foul you though.
Now Brendan actually played racquetball against me. He's actually got pretty good feet.
He had
And
great
hand-eye
good feet.
coordination.
I just don't know if I can see him on the basketball court because I think Brendan back then, when he blow his top, he just tearing everybody up. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, well, we had some athletic kids.
Yeah, man. I mean, you had to.
You
had to. Coach Brown and them came to my basketball game. I mean, and I understand it's more competitive. Now, it is more. This is what I want to ask you. Since it's so competitive early in their high school careers to get scholarships, where you got to play 7-on-7, you got to have trainers, you got to kind of pick your sport and almost pick your position. By the time you're in 9th grade, and sometimes earlier, depends, down in Texas, they're looking at their 6th, 7th, 8th graders who's going to be the starters. How much does that help somebody to do it, to be in that type of, arena? And how much does it hurt players not to be a multi-sport athlete once they get to college? Because do you see a lot of guys that have peaked at high school and then get to college and you don't see the gradual – because everybody's worried about development, right?
Yes.
But if you get Jay Foreman, 185, 90 pounds is different leaving at 235 and getting in the weight program, 3 square meals a day, extra if you're really cool with art and all that type of stuff versus if I'm already
tapped
out. Where do you think the go-between is? Because you want guys ready to play early because that's what, verifies your recruiting rankings. But then also you want to be able to develop players to end their career better off than when they came in.
I always tell people play multiple sports.
Right.
I like multiple sport athletes. Football player, wrestlers.
Right. Oh yeah.
Wrestlers. They're borderline crazy.
Well, you got to be self-motivated.
Yeah.
And you got to not eat for a day and spit all day and wear them suits and stuff. Just
sit
to make
in the same room in the sauna.
Right. Just be mad at the world.
Wrestlers.
Yeah.
And then basketball players, again, like we said, you can get off the floor, you
right.
Good quickness. So I always encourage multiple sport athletes.
Right.
So you won't just tap out in that one sport too early.
In your opinion, do you think a lot of kids show up closer to their ceiling now coming out of high school because of, trainers and, maxed out almost?
I do.
Yeah.
I think some kids overtrain
before they get here.
Before they get here, you can overtrain.
Right.
You think you need to put on muscle. You think you need to put on weight. It could be bad weight.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we've seen it. Yeah.
Even with transfers.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Bad weight.
Yeah.
So, don't rush the process.
Right.
You know what I mean? I didn't have a personal trainer. My uncle was my trainer.
Right.
He dropped me off at a local park.
Right. So see you later.
Yeah. You have this amount of time to make it back to the house.
Right.
If you don't, I'm taking you back. You go start all over.
Right.
So I couldn't afford to go to no camps and all
right.
that. But in the southern states, football's year round.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now in the Midwest, I know in Missouri they just started having.
Yep. And I think they just started. They're trying to vote on it for Ohio because I know Bobby Carpenter, which is crazy. Where you think just the state of Ohio pretty much funds Ohio State and a little bit of Michigan. Now they're trying to catch up, probably because they see the transition that all the national championships are down south and more depth of players. I always wanted to ask, why coaches are so impatient to let a kid develop. You know what I mean? Whereas, is it because they don't have a detailed plan, or kids won't, I guess, quote unquote, buy in? Because, for me, Coach Osborne said, "Yeah, you're good enough to play or be on the roster." I was like, "Man, I'm redshirting. I don't know what you're thinking, but I already know I'm redshirting. Okay, I don't know what you're thinking. This dude need to redshirt because I ain't never lift weights, and Troy Dumas look a lot different than me. So I am not going out there and wasting a year of my football career when I can sit here and kind of figure it out."
We need more guys to think like that. You can think you're ready.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I said, you were the man in high school.
Right.
I was the man in high school and I was the man in junior college.
Right.
When I got here, I'm like, nah,
yeah,
I'm not ready. Much as I thought I was ready.
Yeah.
$170 soaking wet. 5'8".
Right.
Nah, I'm not ready.
Do you think so? But then with these kids, is it on the coach or the recruiting coordinators to say, hey, this is what we have for you? And if it's detailed enough, I think more kids will be buy into it versus, hey, yeah, if you're good enough. Because here's what I have a problem with. When you tell, if you have 30 recruits and you tell them, well, if you're good enough, we'll play you. Well, they're not going to think, what if I'm not good enough? Because they've always been good enough. And as a matter of fact, they've always been better than everybody.
Yes.
And any competition that they've ever had to go into, they most likely have came out on top or close to it. So I think if you really want to try to have a developmental type of program, and it's a selling point too.
Yes.
For parents, I'm thinking of if they came in and tried to recruit, me right now with Chuck Foreman, if you have a pamphlet, like a year by year type of deal, I'm like, okay, I see they got a plan for me. They actually are really thinking about my future versus say, hey, yeah, you could play. And I come down here and, if I don't really know the difference between Troy Dumas and myself, I'm doing good in a couple of practices, but he's been doing good for a couple of years. I need to be out there. Well, then, you know what the first reaction is? You lied to me, bump it. I'm in the portal. And that's, I'm at another school.
They want it now.
Right.
They don't want to work for it. Like you said, you came here and Troy Dumas looked like
I was like, hey,
yeah,
I ain't. He a defensive end
playing linebacker. So that's the attitude a lot of kids need to take.
Right.
But will they do it? You've been told how good you are since you were in 8th grade.
Right.
6th grade, or you're going to make it to the NFL.
Right.
Never been told no. So your mind is already, I'm better than, it's already warped.
Right.
I'm not saying not to have dreams and goals, but when you get to that next level, there's going to be guys just as good as you, if not better.
Right.
So you have to look yourself in the mirror, say, hey, do I want to battle it out and possibly have to redshirt? Or do I want to say I'm better when I know I'm not and then jump in the portal?
Right.
That's on you. You have to have the right mind frame. But again, like it goes into the recruiting process.
Right.
If you're up front with them from day one,
it
shouldn't be a problem.
Right. I wanted to also ask you with, we talked about Boodle, we talked about Stahl, which a lot they're doing really good in the NFL right now. One thing I always wanted to ask, and which is weird to me, is where guys that still have eligibility. Cam Jurgens is different. Cam Taylor-Britt's different. They're second round. They should have went. Where the guys that don't fulfill or take advantage of all their eligibility turn and go pro, some end up being the best case scenario is finding a great spot like Stahl and Boodle, teams that, hey, you're good enough, you can make it. But then there's some that where you lost in translation. Now you're out the league. Why do you think that is? Considering I know if they came to you, you're going to keep it real with them, and we both know the age thing doesn't affect them anymore going into the league because they don't want you around anyways. But if you now with NIL, you should be more enticed to stay, and you'll be a year older.
Yes, I think kids get bad advice. I really do. Right. Because I've had conversations with them dealing with the pro scouts.
Sure.
You put their name in, they give you a draft grade. It says first, second, or third round.
Right.
Or they'll say come back.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So, and you'll have agents saying, hey, I can get you.
Yeah.
They're saying this round, that round, this round, that round. Or you'll have family members saying, hey, let's do it.
Right.
So what I've always said, that's between you and your family.
Right.
I'm gonna put it in for you. Here's what they tell you.
Right.
Now you and your family have to make that decision.
Right.
Who you listen to on that decision, that's between you and.
Right, because you got to live with it. They got to live with it.
They got to live with it.
Yeah.
So I've always never told them which one way or the other. I'd say, hey, you probably should come back.
Right.
And get another year. You know what I mean? You'll get more balls thrown at you. You'll get
just another year
of playing.
And you getting paid.
If he has NIL.
Right.
Yeah. But I ultimately leave it up to them and their parents.
Yeah, I think that if we could get in some of it, I'm sure if we were winning more games, had gone to a bowl game or something, I'm sure guys would stay around. But I think that when you talk about some of these kids, they are short-sighted, and they see the NFL. It's like seeing it across this room. It's there. It's so close, but yet so far. But I always ask you, well, you've been here for how long? They'd be like, 4 years. You can't wait another 9 months? It ain't going nowhere. NFL ain't going nowhere.
No, it ain't.
And I think that, I always think about it like, I want to ask you this. My rookie year, if I could have a extra senior year. Oh, in college versus being up there in a rookie year and kind of starting over. And what these guys, I'm just thinking, it would be like child's play, wouldn't you think?
Whoa. So you say that, and me coming from a junior college, I was a quarterback.
Right.
Right.
So you would have another year of playing DB.
Playing DB.
Right.
You know, and my first year playing, I was behind two seniors.
Right.
And it got cut short because of a knee injury.
Right. So you really only played 1 year.
1 year.
Right.
1 full year. And that's coming off an ACL. 8 months. So another year would have really, really helped me.
Right.
If I could have.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I think the more tape that these guys could have doing positive things, especially at a college like Nebraska, where there are numerous NIL opportunities, it bodes well.
Yes.
Because there's nothing you can't replace. You can go to as many trainers as you want, but you can't replace playing football on tape and being an effective player. You can't do that. And because you can't go get 22 other guys and put pads on and then go out there and get evaluation.
I always tell them your resume is what you put on film.
And if that resume thick, your stuff is different than somebody else's thin.
Yeah. So, you know, you need really good film.
Right.
If you don't have really good film, you can try to put a highlight film together.
Right. But they're going to do their research.
They're going to do their research.
Right.
And you try to tell them, listen, you don't have enough film.
Right.
An extra year will help you. But again, the decision is made between you and your folks.
Yeah, I mean, I always think, what if some of the players came back, would it helped out this year? Would it help them out more importantly? I'm thinking about them, you know, being able to go to the next level, get drafted, because I think that's, you know, the biggest thing on the draft is supply and demand.
Yes.
If there's 3 corners, it don't matter if you can't play dead. They need corners. You're going up.
You're going up.
It's just like quarterbacks. They talking about the guy in Kentucky. He had a bad year. Well, there ain't no quarterbacks, and he looks the part.
Yeah.
He got to go there. So I think it's one of those things that if these kids would take more of a business approach to it, not just business approach to what I can get from NIL, but what can I do to maximize my second career, and that's in the NFL, better decisions would be made, better football would be played.
Right.
Because if you think that if you come into a season thinking that you're going to the NFL, you ain't invested in
You're
that
not
season.
invested in the season.
And you can see it. And me and you know it because we play with guys that hadn't been invested, but we see it because we know what they thinking.
Yeah.
And it ain't matching up. And so
that's why I'm glad Quentin Newsom made the decision to come back.
Right.
With that and fulfill his final year.
Right.
And we mentioned them earlier, Cam Jurgens and Cam Taylor-Britt.
Right.
Cam Taylor-Britt had a really good body of work.
Yeah.
Now, would he have raised his draft status if he came back? Probably. But I think for him, he was ready.
Ready. Yeah.
Cam Jurgens.
Ready.
Yeah. I think the early injuries in his career made his decision
those
easy.
Are factors I understand.
That you have to,
even with Cam Taylor-Britt, you know, how much higher could he go? Because you just never know.
You never
know. If the grades that they got, they made the right decision. You know, the one thing I'm going to say about Quentin, I remember with being down there and they handed out the black shirts. And he was the only one that didn't get one. I remember we talked to him. I said, look, I remember I pulled him. I talked to him about 30 minutes. I said, look, man, I've been there. I've been the new guy and kind of been the outcast. You use this as fuel. And you never forget this now. You right? You can be mad, right? As you should be, because he earned it at that point in time. And then he took it upon himself. He matured. He was mad, but he never made it about himself. And he continued to get better. And then they finally gave him one. And I said, it's worth it, huh? And he said, yeah. And he's like, but I ain't never going to forget about it. And now you see him last year take a bigger step in a little bit of a leadership role. And I ran into him a couple times. He's way more mature. Now if he takes that other big step, you see a big year out of him as well.
So I'm going to ask you that. Since you mentioned black shirts, when did you get yours?
I got mine my freshman year. I was starting as a freshman.
Okay.
Redshirt freshman. Now, my situation is a little different where Troy Dumas and Clint Brown were seniors, and then I wasn't even on the depth chart, but all them dudes ahead of me, they like to do too much of this, partying and drinking. I'm in the dorms watching tape. So when I was in the spring, I was on it. And then I finally started eating 3 square meals a day, lifting. and then the rest is history.
So your redshirt freshman year, did you get it?
I got it at the beginning of the year.
Beginning of the year.
Yeah.
So,
but here's the thing: when they did the team defensive poster, they ain't put me in there
because you hadn't earned it.
Right, but I was salty though.
It made you hungry.
Right, and that's why I was about to fight Mike Minner that day. I was on it, man. Hey, Kitty. They used to call me red because when I used to be mad, my face used to get red. I was hot, bro. I got a black shirt and you ain't got me on no poster. Oh no, somebody got to pay for this. Hey, somebody got to pay for this. Trust me. I was on one for 12 games straight.
That made you hungry.
It did. It motivated me.
It motivated you.
Yeah.
It motivated you. So, again, making a switch from offense to defense here, I was behind two seniors.
Right.
Going into the year, after fall camp, I'm the starting at nickel.
Right.
Second series of every game, I'm going in. I didn't get my black shirt.
Right.
Didn't bother me one bit. Made me hungry.
Right.
Motivated me. First game, interception. Second game, interception. Third game, interception. Walk out to practice, they handed me my black shirt.
Right.
That's more gratifying to me than knowing I'm being told that I'm a starter.
Right.
If a team comes out in 10 personnel,
right,
and I hadn't played it down.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. But brother was feelings was hurt, man. I was in my emotions, Kenny. You know I ain't really an emotional guy, but God, man, I was young. I didn't know any better. I came from nowhere. I wasn't even on the depth chart, man.
I wasn't either.
I came from outer space. They like, who this brother from Minnesota that's knocking kids' heads off?
They moved me.
Yeah. Coach D, well, the only reason I got there is Coach D told me I wasn't good enough to play safety. So I was already mad anyway.
Coach Darlington.
Because he be talking crazy. I thank him, though. Because every time I make a play, I'll be looking at him. Coach D.
He motivated you.
Yes, he did, man. That's good. That's good stuff there. We have to do it again. We're going to go into break. Jay Foreman, Kenny Wilhite down here at the Scarlet Hotel. Guard out. DP's about to step in. I'm going to go peek my head in at the Big Brothers Big Sisters event. 68th and P Street from 5:30 to 7 at the Cosmic Eye. We are out.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top-shelf liquor to crowd-favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
Hey, it's Nicklin Hames from Nebraska Volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports is quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
You know that feeling after a good, hearty meal? The worries of the world just slip away. Time slows down. Nothing but good times and good company. That's what you get with Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Mary Ellen's does food right, with a menu that includes smoked wings, pulled pork, brisket, catfish. And don't sleep on their sides, shrimp and grits, collard greens, baked beans. It's food that makes your heart happy. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. just east of 27th and Pineland. Let them fix you a plate.
Vershawn Jackson, the captain here for The Body Shop. And man, did they hook me up with a great massage recently. The captain has a lot of stress in his life, as many people do. And for 1 hour, it was all relieved. The team at The Body Shop gave me a deep tissue massage that hit every area that I was in pain at. Whether you're looking for a Swedish massage, sports massage, deep tissue, hot stone, aroma, or more, there's only one place to go. The Body Shop at 48th NA. Book an appointment today at thebodyshoplincoln.com.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now they've raised wages again and they're hiring for production operators at $24.11 per hour, which grows to $28.27 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $32.76 per hour with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salaried jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or to apply, go to continental-jobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Hey guys, this is Lindsay Teal from Nebraska Golf Team. Imagine golfing the best courses in the world. St. Andrews, Pebble Beach, Southern Hills, the best of the best. You can play those courses and more without ever leaving the city of Lincoln at Double Eagle Golf. Double Eagle has the city's best golf simulators, 5 high-quality bays that track ball speed, launch angle, club speed, spin rate, and more to give you the most accurate gameplay. Check it out for yourself year-round. Double Eagle Golf, just 5 minutes from downtown at the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street.
If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, listen up. Select Plumbing gets it right the first time on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. Plus, they're hiring service plumbers. If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet GMC, wanting to say Happy New Year and thank you to all of you for your continued support. We have just closed out another outstanding year, and we want to start 2023 off with a bang. The new GMC and Chevrolet inventory continues to roll in, and I'll actually be picking up my 2023 GMC later this month. So with interest rates continuing to climb, Coppell is partnering with General Motors and now offering 2.9% APR on select models. So we invite you to the dealership. Check us out online at CoppellCars.com. You'll be glad you did. All deals with approved credit.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back to it. We're live at the Scarlet Hotel. The barn out, and it is a nice little convention in town, and folks have packed up, and they've shown out in good numbers. We greatly appreciate it. We've got a signed Tommy Fraser jersey that somebody's gonna walk out of this bar with at 6:00. Literally, somebody in this bar is gonna walk out with this jersey. And if you're in the neighborhood, you want a chance to get this jersey. You don't have to buy anything. All you do is come say, "What's up?" Put your name in the box, and it gives you a chance for that jersey. You got until 6:00. We'll draw it in the very last segment as we do that. Again, we're located right here at Innovation Campus, just east of the Devaney Center. Great lookout point. They've got other restaurants. You've got the Well and Good restaurant as well. The food is good. The sampling is good. What'd you have, Kenny?
I don't even know.
Yeah.
Something fancy.
Yeah. I love it. Look, I am a simple food eater.
Me too.
And you and I are about to blow up our text line because you and I are going to agree on something that makes us aliens and outsiders to this space. But I have in a space so we were offered beef tartare, and that it's raw. And I said, well, I understand what it's supposed to be, but I like my meat cooked.
Well done.
Those two words.
Mine has to
you
be
and
well
I are brothers in the well done steak club.
Oh yeah, it has to be well done.
I'm not insane in that.
Oh no, not at all. My meat has to be cooked. Has to be cooked.
I know the text line's gonna go crazy. I know people hate it, but look, in this space, and I would say the Scarlet Hotel is a fancy, like it's restaurants.
Yes.
are fancy food restaurants, right? Like they've got a cornflake crusted chicken tender on the menu.
Cornflake crusted?
Cornflake crusted, right? Which I wasn't saying no to.
I'll pass on that.
But I was curious. I once had in Charlotte, there's a chef, a sous chef that made a Captain Crunch crusted chicken breast.
Captain Crunch?
Oh, let me tell you.
You ate it?
I ate it and celebrated.
Captain Crunch crusted chicken.
Kenny.
See, no.
Kenny.
I just want a plain old chicken breast. I can put some ranch dressing or some ketchup on it.
Well, see, that's why you in the shape you in, and that's why I'm in the shape I'm in.
That's too fancy.
Look, I went through. I was stunned.
And where was this?
This is in Charlotte, and they also had what they would serve as their main, and it's kind of what everybody came to eat. But on the mashed potatoes, they put blue cheese crumbs in the mashed potatoes. So you know the big chunks of blue cheese?
Yeah.
The mashed potato was served up with the blue cheese.
Nah, I don't eat blue cheese on nothing.
Oh, let me tell you.
You a blue cheese guy?
Look, I wasn't until that.
Nah.
They won.
They won?
They won. Like I thought of myself, I'm a food and beverage snob. But in a previous life, like I ran restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
And I had this fine dining establishment. It was in the MCI Center where the Wizards and Caps played. And so the Wizards and Caps, this is when Jordan was there.
Mm-hmm.
So we fed them, and it was a steakhouse. Downstairs was a steakhouse. Upstairs was a sports bar. The steakhouse, like we had 3 different freezers of different aged steaks. And so that's where I got the okay, because my sous chef was like, yeah, go ahead, cook it well. Like,
who was you cooking it for?
Oh,
for
he
yourself or
was
for
like,
somebody else?
go ahead, get yours well done.
Oh, okay.
Like, let me go ahead. I don't care what they say.
Get yours well
Go
done.
ahead and get yours well done. So there's space in it. I'm glad we got another brotherhood in here.
Oh,
that I don't feel bad. Of
It's
course,
got to be well done.
Of course, the text line is gonna get smart with it. Kent, look, man, I'm not gonna. We're not gonna take money. Kent says this, gentlemen, if your steak is well done, order a hamburger.
I'll eat a hamburger over steak anyway.
Amen.
I'm simple.
Amen. See this. Matt says, well done red meat is not edible. That is not a statement of fact. We're literally telling you, we prefer it.
We prefer it.
We actually prefer it. Krusty Dusty, do you put ketchup on your steak?
Yes.
No, I don't.
I do.
I'm okay.
And one of my good friends give me a hard time about it all the time.
See?
Man, you can't put ketchup on those steak. Well, I do.
Look, I want to simplify for people. Eat your food how you like your food.
Exactly.
Kenny's a coach is a grown man. How are you going to tell this man?
I don't tell you how to eat your food.
What was your good luck pregame meal? Like if you could have anything you want before game.
So a lot of people may think I'm crazy, but I didn't eat the day of the game. Whether it's a morning game, a night game, I didn't eat. And one of the trainers, Dr. Claire, Dr. Claire, team doctor, he asked me, do you still not eat the day of the game? And even though I'm not playing, I don't eat the day of the game. When I played here at the University of Nebraska, and when I played professionally, I didn't eat one thing the day of the game.
Until after the game.
Now,
after the game.
There was 2 occasions where I was hungry. Like if I played here and we were blowing a team out.
Yeah. A hot dog.
Coach Osborne, don't be mad at me, but I'd have somebody bring me a hot dog in the third.
How is it that every player who played at the University of Nebraska has a hot dog on the sideline store?
Because you were blowing people out. You weren't in the game.
So once you were done, you just found your way to you had fans or family.
I would ask a fan, hey, you mind going to give me a hot dog? I'll give you my gloves.
See?
I'll give you this.
See?
But so
does that still go on?
No. Our players don't think like that. And we ain't blowing too many people out
there's
for
that
the game
part.
to be over.
There's that part.
And then when I played up in Canada, there was one game we were playing Winnipeg.
Yeah.
And I think right before half, they kicked the field goal, missed it. and I'm returning it, and I almost returned it for a touchdown. And I was so tired and dehydrated. That was the only game I ever had an IV, and I had to eat something at halftime. That was it. And
So
all my years of playing.
But that makes there are people who eat before and they throw it up.
Yes.
So they're playing on an empty stomach anyway, which would make sense. Then what's the ideal? So let's say when you were a Husker, what was your ideal post-game meal?
Well, whatever the team fed us.
What did they generally feed you?
I mean,
I'm sure it wasn't just hot dogs.
No. When I played, it was mostly Valentinos. You know, it was Valentinos every weekend.
Where would you go after games?
Me? I'm simple.
Yeah.
I would. Well, so there's a thing called depression eating. And you're losing so much, you go to Wendy's and order 3 triple stacks.
Understood.
You're so mad you keep losing football games. But me, I'd like to just go to Red Robin and order a plain cheeseburger and eat bottomless fries.
So winning by 30 didn't change your diet?
No.
At all?
No. I'll go get wings or a burger.
And then as a pro, you're in the CFL. What was the CFL post-game like?
Pretty much whatever you wanted. You got per diem. If you're on the road, you got per diem. At home, like I'd pick up some fast food on the way home.
What's the per diem compared CFL to NFL?
There's probably a lot.
Well, I mean, like now, I think it's like $270 a day.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Depending on, like now,
where you
the government
go,
has said depending on where you're playing.
Yes.
Because each state has its own regulation. But
even if I got $275 a day, I'm not going to buy no steak. I'm not going to no fancy restaurant.
I understood that. Like, I understood that. Traveling with Washington, traveling with Carolina, you get the per diem.
Yeah.
And plus the hotel. And room service was easy.
And you had the team fed you food, too.
Right. So I don't understand how that was still a thing. This is what we'll do. We've got folks that are filling out their name. They're putting their names in. We'll go to break, and then we'll come back, and we'll actually draw the winner.
Really?
Kenny Wilhite will give away a signed Tommy Fraser jersey to these folks in the room. There's probably 100 folks in here.
Yep.
And quite a few of them put their names in the box. We will promote that. We will push that. And then we'll close out Old School and set us up for the Big Brother, Big Sister event over at the Cosmic Eye from 6 to 7. So we'll be right back here on Old School, 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beers, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top-shelf liquor to crowd-favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Are you tired of the same old entertainment options? How about something that's truly fun for both kids and adults? Nebraska Knockerball, the new place to go for your private and corporate parties. Step inside one of their inflatable spears and let out stress in a healthy form of exercise. Or try the human foosball, foot darts, yard pong, giant beer pong, basketball Connect 4, and much more. Nebraska Knockerball, specializing in physical, engaging fun. Call Nebraska Knockerball today at 402-460-8724 to learn more or book a reservation now.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, listen up. Select Plumbing gets it right the first time on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. Plus, they're hiring service plumbers. If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now they've raised wages again and they're hiring for production operators at $24.11 per hour, which grows to $28.27 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $32.76 per hour with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or to apply, go to continental-jobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
Tune in to the Teammates Mentoring Hour each Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket. Hear stories from the program started by Tom and Nancy Osborne and how it's changed mentors and mentees' lives and how you can be involved. The Teammates Mentoring Hour, Wednesday nights from 6 to 7 o'clock on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey guys, this is Lindsay Teal from Nebraska Golf Team. Imagine golfing the best courses in the world. St. Andrews, Pebble Beach, Southern Hills, the best of the best. You can play those courses and more without ever leaving the city of Lincoln at Double Eagle Golf. Double Eagle has the city's best golf simulators, 5 high-quality bays that track ball speed, launch angle, club speed, spin rate, and more to give you the most accurate gameplay. Check it out for yourself year-round. Double Eagle Golf, just 5 minutes from downtown at the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street.
Vershawn Jackson, the captain here for the Body Shop. And man, did they hook me up with a great massage recently? The captain has a lot of stress in his life, as many people do. And for 1 hour, it was all relieved. The team at the Body Shop gave me a deep tissue massage that hit every area that I was in pain at. Whether you're looking for a Swedish massage, sports massage, deep tissue, hot stone, aroma, or more, there's only one place to go. The Body Shop at 48th NA. Book an appointment today at thebodyshoplincoln.com.
Hey, it's Nicklin Hames from Nebraska Volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Final segment of Old School on a Thursday. We appreciate you folks for hanging out and listening to us. Also appreciate the folks in the room who have come to hang out and they're getting together. They're in town doing their thing. It's good stuff. We want to thank the folks from the Scarlet Hotel for having us out. Once again, the people from the Barred Owl, new menu, new items. There's a cornflake crusted chicken tender, shrimp and lettuce wrap. They've got a new menu. Sounds pretty good. We dive into it. We had some of the flatbread. That was good stuff. They've got the sliders over there that they've been, the beef tartare. We were just talking, Ken and I were just talking about the beef tartare. Not my jam, but I understand. I'm sorry. I like my meat cooked. That's just the way, like, I know that's foreign and alien, but that's just how it works. It is time now, so somebody here is going to walk away with this signed Tommy Frazier jersey. We're going to have Coach Wilhite put his paw on this thing and come up with a winner for us. Somebody, Coach, you're going to have a new best friend because this is going to end up. Kenny, let him know who won this jersey. Kristen Hahn. There. Well done. Well done. Well done. Well done. Well done. Let's get a picture of that. Come on over here, Kristen. Come on over here. Do it this way. Come on. Let's be a part of this. Well done. Well done. Well done. Yes. See, that's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool jersey. Somebody's going to be happy. That's going to make a great gift for the wall. We've got a full evening for you on Ticket Weeknights. We're going to head over to the Cosmic Eye. Big Brother, Big Sister Lincoln has an event. It's kind of a pat on the back for current bigs, an introduction and a chance for folks to register if they want to be a part of it. So we'll be there till 7. I believe it's Carter Laundry tonight from 7 to 8, and then from 8 to 9, Big Red Birdies, the two young ladies from the golf team will take you through. Are you a golfer? You a hitter?
No.
These two almost convinced me to become a golfer.
Really?
Because they like, we can train you. And I'm like, I'm this way. As an athlete, I like doing things that I'm good at.
Exactly.
Often. And I never got the golf bug, and
Nope.
I'm not sure I needed the golf bug, but hey. All right, so Caddy, let me say this publicly. Thank you. Thank you for making yourself available to our listeners.
Thank you for having me.
It has been eye-opening, it's been enlightening, it's been educating, it's been entertaining, and it checks all the boxes for what good radio is. Your connections, your passion for why you do what you do, the love for how you go about the business that you're in. And look, every time you turn on the microphone and you put on the headset, this fan base gets more connected, it gets more educated and smarter about what goes on within the program. Thank you for what you've done for student athletes all over the state and all over this area within 500 miles, for you to go out from your own footwork, your own path, your own passion, your own love, and helping create Husker memories for student athletes in this space. Having been on the other side of it, I know how difficult it is. I know how time-consuming it is. And I know how vested you become in the success stories.
Yes.
Right?
Not only the success stories, but all of them.
Right? Well, the other stories resonate with you too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And you have eyes and ears. And I think your relationship with folks around the state. So I want to say this jokingly and not jokingly, that you having your voice with recruiting and what the process is really like, what coaches look for, with what programs of this level and other programs look for. I think it makes for great radio in this space. And I think it gives validation to how talented you are in this space.
Appreciate it.
And my mission, and we'll talk about it later, but my mission is to have you be a part of the Ticket family.
Appreciate it.
And I am a fan officially of how you do business.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
You know, so
it's been a pleasure.
Well, tomorrow we're going to take you out to the Mercado.
Okay.
And we're going to get Tomahawk Steaks.
Really?
The 84, the big joints.
So I need to play a couple extra games of racquetball.
Yeah, like I had to ponder this, right? It was how many sit-ups and push-ups, how much past the 45 minutes with the resistance band, how many laps through the Haymarket do I have to do to without conscience?
Are we sharing it or we get our own?
No, you get your own.
Really?
Get your own.
So that's an extra game of racquetball and about 10 more minutes in the steam room.
Plus, they've got pasta, they've got ready meals, they've got wine, they've got sorbet.
Well, I don't drink, so I'm good on that.
The sorbet is legit.
What's that?
So they've got strawberry. It's a ice cream adjacent.
Is that a dessert or a drink?
It's a dessert.
Oh Lord.
It's a dessert. Lemon lime. They got a lemon lime, strawberry. They've got a chocolate sorbet.
Oh,
it's a frozen dessert. Yeah, bro.
So I won't eat my bowl of cereal tomorrow morning. Then.
Well, I'm
just gonna take the day off from eating like I did when I was a player and save my appetite for the day.
Right, like game
day.
Tomorrow at 4:00 is game time.
I'm good. Appreciate the heads up.
No, we want to do that. So I'll say this again. Thank you for filling in today, yesterday, Monday, spreading your love. Yeah, spreading your love all over the show. You getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning to go hang out with Sip and Jake. Tomorrow you'll be with us at the Mercado. And then I think through my persuasive powers to find a way to get some of your schedule next week as well.
Okay.
And we'll line that up and share more of the wisdom that is and the greatness that is Coach Kenny Watt.
Appreciate it. Thank you, brother.
Kind sir, it's been a pleasure.
Been a pleasure.
Appreciate what you do for everybody in this state, the fan base, the Huskers. It needs to be said. Well done, kind sir.
Thank you.
Well done. We'll throw it out of here. Austin will get us to break, and then we will head over to the Big Brother, Big Sister of Lincoln event. There'll be, I believe Eric Strickland will be there. I know that Jay Foreman will be there. We're going to head over there to give some hugs and some high fives and hand out some what's up. Jake Sorensen, thank you for what you do all the time. Austin, thank you for what you're doing back in the box. We appreciate you getting us through. To the folks in the room, thank you for allowing us to come hang out with you and invade the space that you're in. And to the folks at the Scarlet Hotel, well done, well done, well done.
Tractor Supply is looking for full-time team members for their Waverly Distribution Center. Tractor Supply has a new progressive pay model where team members receive 5 wage increases in the first 2 years of employment with the ability to earn up to $24 per hour. Applicants can expect a 3- and 4-day workweek schedule with additional overtime days with both day and night shift schedules available. At Tractor Supply, they work hard, have fun, and make money. Apply today at tractorsupply.jobs.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of